What's up, Grow Fam? It's Wednesday.
Hey,
Once again, it's Wednesday, the middle of the week. We all need that little something to get us through the rest of the week, right? I don't know, but today's Wednesday. It's another Whalen Wednesday on Grow Fam. What's up, Grow Fam? How's it going, everybody? It's Wednesday once again. Switching audio tonight. Yeah, so tonight, okay, we're good to go. Grow Fam Wednesday, Whalen Wednesday. What's up, Grow Fam? Getting that middle of the week going on right now. We're going to have a little sesh. We're going to hang out. We're going to have some fun. We're going to give away Grow Fam box tonight. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Whalen Wednesday, powered by Grow Fam. All right, everybody, what's up? Welcome to Wednesday, everybody. Whalen Wednesday on Grow Fam. We are on the Indoor Farmer Rumble channel as well. If you guys are interested in Rumble, ask me about that. But yeah, happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy midweek sesh. It's time to maybe, we'll have some fun and maybe find some information out at the same time.
Your vegetables!
One last kick and I'll be gone. Make it count with the flash on. Never really felt like I belong, so I'll be on my way and I won't be long. I'll be dead by dawn. 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 Scrolling through my texts, sharing and left and right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to We Grow Wednesday. It is August 7th, 2024, 8 o'clock Central Time on Grow Fam TV, of course, Grow Fam YouTube, and, of course, Whalen the Indoor Farmer. We got 2 Facebook locations, 2 YouTube locations. We're on X. Check us out. We're on Rumble and Kick all tonight. What is up, Grow Fam? Guys, we got a lot of folks in the house already. We got 85 people in the house. Let's show some love. Let's get it going. We've got a new guest tonight, a new friend that is from X, and we're going to introduce him in just a moment. I'd love to see some hashtag GrowFamTVs in the house. I'd love to see that hashtag WTIF. We do have a couple of giveaways we're going to have later tonight. We're going to probably wait until the second half, let our guests go, and then we'll do the giveaway. We got Master Rochi's doobies, the THCA doobies, legal to ship nationwide. So go check those out, masterrochisgarden.com. And then we also are giving, from what it said, it's a package deal where you get a perma sticker, a GrowFam thing. I don't know, maybe it's it sounds like a fun thing no matter what it is, but it's going to be the Master Rochi's doobie and that perma sticker. So those are both going to be coming in as a giveaway later tonight. Also, I'm going to do a couple of spins for my subscribers. Shouts out to me and my community. Y'all hit that like button if you're a Wayland the Indoor Farmer supporter, and make sure that you go and get yourself a number on wherever you're subscribed at, either locals or Facebook. And I'll be giving out numbers tonight before I do a spin. And I actually have a little special addition to the prizes. I went to the Drizzle Dab and got me some more hot knife extensions, and we're gonna actually maybe give one of them away if the person chooses to do so. If you choose a hot knife extension, you can do that instead of the cash I usually do. Now I got express permission. We're gonna do the 7:10 in Mountain Time here real quick, and then we are gonna bring up tonight's guest. I actually really love the name. I can't wait to ask him all kinds of questions. Just poke the heck out of him. It's going to be fun. So, guys, hit that like button. Hit that. If you have a little medicinals, feel free to intake with me. We got about, 5 to 10 seconds here before 7:10, and then we'll get that guest up here. It's been a fun week so far. Last night I did a really cool review show on the new Bad Boys movie, Ride or Die. And actually, you guys, I got to be honest, overall, I won't spoil it for you, but it was an excellent movie. I'm going to say it was great. So go check out that review I did. But happy 7:10, everybody. We'll hit this real quick and get it going. Cheers. Yes, it's been a while. I've actually been busy all day today, so this is nice to come down and get that nightcap. Mowing mom's grass, getting outside. It's been nice actually here in Illinois. A lot of you are having some crazy weather. Shouts out to anybody that's dealing with the hurricane coming in soon. I know my friend Trent Allgood is going to be dealing with a hurricane coming up. All right, without further ado, looks like he is ready to go. Let's go, guys, and make sure that you leave a comment and a question. If I don't see it, try to remember it, write it down, and we'll get to ask him whatever you got. But let's find out who tonight's. All right, my new friend Jonny Paradise.
Hey, how's it growing? Good to see you, Wayland. Love that.
Good, man. Good. I'll before I start, poking you with questions, I'll just give you a quick idea that we haven't really talked much at all. Actually, I think maybe you heard me on Miss Apothecaryl's space over there on X. I think that's when you hit me up that day, but maybe not. I've been out there, networking and trying to meet new people. So thank you for hitting me up, man. I really do appreciate it.
Dude, good to see you. Yeah, there's some good spaces on X. Maybe you were in them with Cowboy. They do a little homesteading for sovereignty spaces on there.
Oh, okay.
Couple times a week. And
I'll have to check it out.
I guess I didn't find you through there. So yeah,
no,
maybe
it was Apothecaryl. Do you know who she is?
Yes, she's great.
That was who it was. Yes, I just started finding that community over there. So yes, thank you for reaching out, because I wouldn't say struggling. I'm actually doing pretty well over on X now. But the thing about it is I'm most of us are on Facebook from the core community of folks that I started going live and started to connect with, we'll say. But now I'm starting to actually almost split the time. Instead of having like a percentage of time, now it's really a lot more on X. So it's been fun. Now, guys, if you want to go check them out, I know I have some of my friends that go over there to X, got a bunch of Facebookers. Go feel free to go follow our guest as well. I forget to say that. So my friend Hamad. Shouts out to Hamad from last week. He was another friend from X, and he's actually coming back next week. So, guys, we'll be having another return of Hamad. But okay, so we do not have to go over anything specific because it's our first time hanging out. So we'll have you back sometime. Maybe we can go over something like really specific, but I'd love to just kind of find out who is Jonny Paradise. If you want to just tell the world who you are right now.
Oh, I love that. Great opening there. Well, I was asking myself, what do I want to get into? I was pretty burnt out on doing software a number of years ago. And I came around to healthcare as being like kind of maybe the ultimate way you can kind of do something with yourself to try to really help people feel good about it at the end of the day. And so I started putting my toe in that water. I got my certification to help out the paramedics, drive around the ambulance, got my EMT certification. And through the course of getting into that, I realized, man, we are a sick country. So many people with obesity, getting heart attacks. And, to me, it's like, well, you're barely helping these people. You're breaking your back, helping people from a heart attack. What's causing that? So, is that the high fructose corn syrup? What's causing that? And let's get at the root of that a little better. And I've really come around to the idea that what's really causing that is the pesticides in our food here in America. There's about 1,000 chemicals that are allowed here that are banned in Europe, and nobody's really talking about this issue. And if we can be a part of addressing this, I think that's the best way we can help. So, yeah, growing our own food, doing it ourselves, and supporting people who are doing it the right way. I think that's a huge cause to be a part of. So, I've gotten into permaculture and garden design and helping people install food forests. And so, yeah, we do a lot of advocacy work now, getting the word out that way and helping people do it locally. So, yeah. Life's a garden, let's dig it.
So you do make money or off X, I should say, within the health industry. Then you're saying.
Yeah. Well, I help people with garden design. I help them install food forests in their yards or on their properties. So
wow,
it's cool way to
get
in the soil and get it growing.
The owners of Grow Fam TV here, Ash, is in the house, and he is currently putting in a food forest in his Colorado homestead. So we actually. I guess I never actually told you what the show was about. I'm meaning to do that, but then I kind of got off topic. But what I'm thinking is you would love a lot of what we do on Grow Fam because we have a show every night of the week and sometimes twice on Fridays. We do 2 shows that night, and every one of them is a little different with different hosts, and they all kind of have some of them are more about the homesteading and everything. Some of them are more growers and breeders, and others are, so we all do something within this sort of realm. It's really fun. So yeah, I just wanted to give you the idea because Grow Fam Wednesdays is we grow Wednesdays, but it's just one of the lineup. And what I do is I try to bring on awesome guests like you that are within professionals within health. I mean, it doesn't always have to be doctors and farmers, but we've had more athletic people on, like Hamad and I are going to talk about, sports and things. So there's going to be a lot of angles to health, right? For me, I talk about self-sustainability, and that's not just growing plants. That's like, there's so much more to it, right? So anyway, just to give you an idea, here's Ash now in the comments. So you do, you help people in the real world, but you also do a lot on X. I mean, it looks like you're doing pretty well for yourself there. So what do you find?
I've been doing a lot of Twitter Spaces, kind of similar to what you're doing here, except without video. So kind of like a call-in radio show, and just talk about saving the seeds and sharing them, getting that abundance going. Whether that's fruit trees or chickens, and whatever livestock we can make happen. So
for sure, chickens is huge, but I feel like we need things. I feel like you got to have like 2. It's almost like just having one meat. I mean, I don't know. I used to watch that show, Alaska, The Last Frontier, and they'd be stuck in the winter for months and months, and they'd get sick of whatever the meat is they have, so they'd go and trade with their neighbor or whatever it is. So yeah, it's interesting to say the least, because I'd like to have a bunch. Do you have any? So let's hear about maybe a little bit about what you got growing on at
What's
home.
going on with me?
Yeah.
I'm real big into the chickens. I've had my couple little chicken operations going, and I'm working with. I spent some time down in Nicaragua. I got a friend down there who's got a little operation going. Help out with when I'm around, and trying to expand that, get the cows going. Yeah, I like what you're saying about not just your chickens, but having that well-rounded system. And whenever you see cows out in the field naturally, a lot of times they'll have like one of those herons with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Digging through the manure or getting after the flies. So yeah, getting that kind of symbiosis going is a great thing. And that's something people do with chickens. They run those chicken tractors behind their cows. And if you can time that perfectly to where the larva from the flies will be hatching out of those cow patties. The chickens will scratch that up and kind of disperse that and get it into the ground real well. And so yeah, it's
That's
a good
a
way.
good idea.
Yeah, get that manure, get a 2-for-1. You got the chicken manure, you got the cow manure, you got you're getting max everything out of your land there. So yeah, a great way to do it if that's an option for people.
Canna Queen and anybody that's in Ohio, prayers for you guys too, obviously, and for anyone in the hurricane area. But she's saying there's really bad weather in Ohio right now, so hopefully everybody's safe and sound, and hopefully you can get in on tonight's giveaway. Oh, real quick, while we're talking here, make sure in order to get in on it, make sure that you hit the like button on my page and on GrowFam. You can do both. You can also go over for when we do the actually, never mind. That's for my subscribers, so forget that. Oh, I see that you linked your account. Awesome, cool. Yeah, we got about 110 people in the house. Come on, let's get it going, guys. Share it out. Bring some friends in the house. We're gonna get into something that I like to talk to people about. It looks like you may or may not be a partaker in the cannabis. Have you ever gotten into that side of the medical benefits and the sort of argument behind cannabis on any of these spaces?
Yeah, cannabis is great. It's crazy that they've tried to keep it from us for so long. You just talk about how so many things are upside down in this country. That's one thing they've finally gotten right. And I think there's a dozen plus benefits to medicinal benefits that are studied and qualified at least. So so many different for pain relief for one. I'm from Florida originally, and Florida was hit really hard by the opioid epidemic. These criminals, they came in with these synthetic heroin and these oxycontins, and they were prescribing them. They're giving them out like candy, and they had this ruse going that these are not habit forming. And you talk about a lot of lives destroyed. A lot of people I know personally that are close to me growing up who lives have been decimated by this. And marijuana is great for pain relief for people with cancer, people with real pain, with chronic pain issues. So just that alone is it's just criminal that they've kept this from us. And it's great to see that we're getting freedom in that respect more recently. So
it's not without its downsides, and I always point that out. We won't go through the pros and cons of it right now, but I like to point that out since I am in a very heavily skewed towards cannabis as in my circle, I guess, online. What am I trying to say here? So the circle of that I have sort of cultivated, my community, a lot of people get kind of abrasive a little bit or get upset when you want to point out that it's not always good for you and such. So I always think about that, and especially when you're talking about nutrition as a whole, there's always you could take too much vitamin C, for example, or like there's a lot of things that we have to take into consideration. So you're from Florida. Where's your homestead now? You don't have to be like specific, but
Yeah, I'm in the north of Costa Rica actually. So,
What?
I'm actually, yeah, I spend most of my time down there. I get back to the States every year for the holidays, reconnect with family and friends, and I'm actually staying stateside this year, maybe entirely. I've been helping out with this campaign for Kennedy. You got that picture up of me here. I was actually meeting with
I did.
yeah, and I really dig this movement. If nothing else, just for what he's done standing up to Monsanto. He beat them at about $12 billion 6 years ago for homeowners getting cancers from Roundup. Doing things poison free. I think that's the way to be.
Mm.
And it's just the more I learn about this guy, the more I'm just like, hey man, this guy is right as rain on just about all these issues because he's speaking out against this corruption from the corporations. Whether it's the war machine or whether it's circling back to the big pharma tyranny. It's we're it's like all angles. They're working just trying to get their profits, and they're doing it very often at the expense of our lives and liberties. And so I think it's a special opportunity, if nothing else, to raise awareness of these issues. Our food is nowhere near as safe as it should be. There's a chart
Right.
I like to share a lot that's it shows longevity, and it shows uh, all these different countries in Europe and us here in the States, and it shows us over 40 years, and it shows that all the Western European countries, we used to live just as long as them about 40 years ago. We were right in the middle of the pack. And now we're living 5 and 6 years less than they are 40 years later. And we started trending down, in the early 90s. And, what's the difference? I come back to that, these chemicals that are used in our agriculture system, glyphosate, I think, is the worst offender, by the way. This stuff is in about 95% of the food we eat. And it's the herbicide. That's the chemical name of Roundup, right? So
Right.
we're using this to keep the weeds down along our fence lines and around our rose bushes. But this stuff is being dropped from planes to keep the weeds down for a lot of these commodity crops we eat. So from the grains to the soy to the corn, and so in the processed food, it's they have a hard time finding anything that doesn't contain glyphosate in it. And along with that, what I think is a real criminal offense is the fact that more recently in 2006, going forward, they've started using this glyphosate as a desiccant. So for our beans and for our grains, they're spraying this glyphosate on to kill the plant, to dry it out, so that when they harvest it, they don't need to worry about mold and it's uniformly dry. And this is just such an offense because this glyphosate is not having any time now to break down in the rain or break down with time. And we're just getting way too much of this coming through our food supply. Kelly Ryerson, she's the glyphosate girl on Instagram. She's real outspoken on this issue.
Hmm.
She says up to 80% of our exposure now to glyphosate is because they're using it now as a desiccant at harvest. And I just think that should be completely outlawed. And so I've looked at myself as kind of something of a safe food advocate for a number of years now. And this campaign that Kennedy's running is I think just a great thing to raise awareness for this movement. And just really appreciate him getting the word out about it.
So I saw that, and not to get too into that, but I was, I had this thought in my head. I was like, look, he's just going to bring Kennedy up, and that's all he's going to want to. And I was like, all right, but here's the question though: if you didn't actually, you're not doing bad. I was going to say if you just kept going back, I was going to say, look, what do you think Kennedy thinks about farming? And now we've already got that answer. So he has been pretty outspoken about a lot of things. And I, for one, don't mind anyone with some notoriety, with some recognition out there speaking out about it. Whether he wins anything or not, he's already from a famous family and he has a lot of pull. He has a lot of, and that's the thing, is that we have to be okay with some economic pain if we want to get out of this. Now, I don't want to sound like a no offense to those that are, but I'm not communist. Okay, so I don't want to sound like that, but because some people will say that about, say, global warming, for example, where we're like, well, you're going to have to do without cars and air conditioning. We're all just going to suffer. Well, I get that argument with when it comes to health, because when it comes to health, most of the reason we eat terribly is for cheap. It's cheaper, and fast food and all this. And so imagine, for example, for like a mass shutdown, say, of like glyphosate or like, say, all major food producers that we know are using it, and all of a sudden it all shuts down. Well, we would take a pretty big economic hit, and all food would cost a lot more for a little while. So I think us slowly pushing people to go to their farmers markets, learn how to grow something yourself, be friends with a farmer, all of these things over time is really the only way to come out of this without like a lot of people dying. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, if we were to say somehow the truth stick, and I was like, okay, all companies that feed us poison are gone today, things would get a lot more expensive for a little while. So what do you think about like that slow crawl back into health? Because a lot of people are talking about it more. We're making it fun. We're making it entertaining. That's what I do,
So I think part of the problem is that, again, it's the fact that what they've done is they've subsidized this chemical agriculture, this toxic agriculture. So, for a lot of times it comes down to crop insurance, so that these farmers, they're going to be made whole if there's a disaster from the weather. And, you don't qualify if you're doing agriculture safely. You're not, you need to be using all these chemicals. And so really, I had a lot of hope. I lean conservative myself, but I was drinking, I got to admit, I was drinking the Kool-Aid the first time around when Obama got in there. And if I had hope for the environment, some of these things, maybe it was with him. And, the USDA is in charge of how safe our food is. And he put the former president of Monsanto in charge of them, just like everyone else does. So we have, Big Poison is in charge of how safe our food is in this country. Mm-hmm. And, it's crazy. You talk about, why do we even have the word ethics if we're going to let, what we're feeding our mothers and fathers, our sons and daughters, the safety of it be, we're putting Monsanto in charge of that. That is the most criminal, corrupt corporation known to man and maybe in all of human history. And these guys are in charge of that here in America. It's
Let
crazy.
me play devil's advocate. I'll push back on you here.
Yep.
Imagine for a moment that we're inside the boardroom of Monsanto, okay? And there's changes inside happening all the time, I'm sure, just like all companies. And imagine that they find out, okay, we don't have another alternative, but we know this product is bad for people, and they suddenly are wanting to turn it around because they are now experts on what not to do. I'm not saying I like Monsanto, by the way, guys. You know me, I play devil's advocate sometimes. But like, imagine for a minute, like the person sometimes, like imagine, so for on a smaller scale, sometimes we get criminals to work with police to help us find other criminals, like say in like cyber crimes. You know what I mean? And this would be just like a much larger scale of that, where we bring a company in that already has infrastructure. Maybe I'm not saying, I don't think this happens, but they could tell them in the background, like, look, we know this is all happening. You could either all go to prison, or you could like use your resources to like do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could almost do that, or at least see it being possible. Not today, not with some of these companies, but they do it on a smaller scale. So who would be better prepared to get us out of that than a company that is the massive company that got us into it? I don't know. I don't like it, but it is.
Hey, listen, I like the optimism there, man. But I think that's some ultimate optimism right there, brother. So, you know, what we see from these corporations a lot of times is that they are just solely focused on that profit, you know, and it's not even the profit going forward for 30 years. It's next quarter, the next 3 months. And but yeah, I mean, hey, listen, I like to hold on to hope, man. I like your idea there.
There's profit in health. They don't get it. Like, there is profit in stuff that's actually good for us too.
Well, the crazy thing about it, brother, is that now Monsanto has been bought up by Bayer.
Mike.
So they are selling you remedies for the cancers being caused by
not remedies, band-aids, like partial remedy, like symptom lesseners. And I totally agree. Big pharma and big food are they might be a different building, but it's the same thing. Pharmaceuticals and food are both ingested into our bodies, and it's all FDA, right? FDA, because that's why they lump that together. And people a lot of times think of them as different things. And it's like, if you know your pills are killing people, like what would make the food any, much different? Now, a lot of people say they want to kill a bunch of people, and I don't think that's true. I think they just want lifelong patience,
Right. Well, let me go back to your first question there. Is like, how do we change this? And, actually, I got to ask Kennedy this question about 6 months ago at an interview. I was there in Miami, so that was pretty cool. And I asked him that very question, and I loved his answer. He gives these long-winded answers. He talked about how he touched on how Thomas Jefferson had this vision for America as a lot of independent freeholds, that these sovereign homesteads are what makes like a free republic, a free people possible. And he talked about how USDA is meant to protect that small farmer, but it's been corrupted, and instead of working for the small farmer, now they work for the big farmer, or for these big corporations. And how do we fix that? He talked about how we really need to get the science. I guess the science is there, but as far as the courtroom, as far as like having it really cinched in, it's we could have it a little better. So we talked about directing these agencies to really look into this, like the NIH, and figure out exactly what's causing this chronic disease epidemic. But along with that, he talked about how we need to really just put every kind of get out of the way of these small farmers right now. If you want to do farming the right way, as it's been done across antiquity, across all our cultures, there's a lot of roadblocks in your way. We can't sell raw milk to one another. That's crazy. Throughout hundreds of generations of man, we could sell raw milk one to the other, but we can't do that right now. Because why? Because the way they make milk right now, they don't do it with the care and the cleanliness that they could. So they need to pasteurize that milk. They need to and they're actually bringing it up to crazy temperatures, 212. Like, they're pretty much boiling this milk, and it's really breaking down a lot of the beneficial qualities of it. And so, getting out of the way of the small farmer, and if we're gonna have subsidies in place anywhere, it should be for good food, because right now we're eating a lot of toxic food that's no good for us. This glyphosate, I bring it up as a carcinogen. I talk about the cancers from it, but there's actually 4 huge reasons why it's very toxic for us. And so besides being a carcinogen, it's also an endocrine disruptor. So, this gets our hormones all out of whack. Men in this country, we have less testosterone than we should. Women have less estrogen than they should. And fertility rates are going through the floor. I think men are having about 70% less sperm than we should.
Well, here's the problem on that, though. There is a growing number of people who want that to happen. Not just the Bill Gates, but people all the way down to my class level of finances, whatever. Like, people all the way up and down are. And I'll illustrate this, because the other day on X, somebody made a post. I don't even know who the person was, but the best way to grow on X, I'll give you all a little secret. Anybody that's out there on Facebook that wants to try to start off on X, the best way to grow on X is to reply to bigger accounts' posts. Always just reply, make an interesting, observation, whatever it is. And this was a picture of this big city, right? And city was like clearly in like in a third world country. It looked like there was no towers, there was no, there was no like sort of technology that you could tell. It looked like a very, but the city was, looked like this vast city, and it was some post about having too many people on the planet, right? And so I said we need more children, not less, is all I said. And I got barraged with like a ton of like triggered people all telling me that we need, and then like several people said 500 million. I'm like, that's exactly the number Bill Gates uses. Like, why is it they're all using the same number? They want to break us down to 500 million. And guys, this is not a conspiracy type theory or even a conspiracy conversation. But yes, Bill Gates has said this, and a lot of people think that we have too many people. Well, I even said in there, I said, well, if you want to talk about how we could do a lot of things better, I'm all for it. Let's go. But then people, they went straight to calling me racist, and I'm an onion, a turnip, I'm a vegetable, some guy was calling me, and like all these like really hateful responses. I didn't really reply to them all that much. But my point being to what you were saying is you're right, but some people want that to happen, and that's a problem,
It is a problem. This guy, you mentioned Bill Gates, this guy's father was also into the eugenics depopulation agenda. And I think, with us growing our food the right way, in a way that's what's in our blood, you go back to the Amazon, it's like a giant food forest.
Johnny, we got to stand up for this though, bro. Jesse, no, not all of us. Not all of us. Okay. All right, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
And then
John Doe's angry.
What you think about the North America? When the Europeans came over, there was all of these maybe 100 million bison. You talk about food security. You can live on a cow for a year. You and a family of four,
easy.
just about. So, that's crazy that they stacked those bull up, and now what do they want to do? They want to do that again. In the name of climate change, they're trying to take this way away from us. I actually think at this point in America, about the safest thing we can eat, if it's not organic, is beef, and I think maybe that's one reason that they want to take this from us, is that these guys are all about the depopulation agenda. They talk about blaming the cattle for methane. Methane, as I understand it, it is a greenhouse gas, but it comes down very quickly. It goes up there and it comes right back down. So
we can harvest it. Anything that can be harvested can be over harvested. Period. Just like CO2, Anyway.
This guy, Bill Gates, by the way, he's so crazy. He talks about to sequester carbon. He wants to take all these forests that are there, and instead of leaving it and conserving it, he wants to bury them. He wants to bury those trees. This guy is dangerous to humanity.
I had a whole show about him on a Wednesday. Well, not a whole. It wasn't all about him, but one of the topics was how much farmland does Bill Gates own, and surprisingly, he doesn't own nearly as much American farmland as China does. He owns a lot. He owns a lot of farmland, but man, they own a lot more. It's crazy. Right. It's scary. It's scary.
Well, so China bought Smithfield, right? So now that's the bacon, a lot of bacon. And so I think that's about 35% of the pork now in this country is
Smithfield. China bought it?
That's right. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Smithfield, I know that brand.
And I come back around to this idea that the beef is healthier than the pork and the chicken if it's not organic, all other things being equal, because, if
that's a good point, Rose.
And these chickens and these factory farms, it's so inhumane. They're eating, a lot of times GMO soy feed. I've seen, video of these pigs eating, ground up kind of old grocery store food, but it's like ground up with the plastic still in it, so you're getting these forever chemicals in there. Conversely, you compare that with the cattle. The cattle are eating grass most of their lives, until they're fattened up at the end with the GMO corn. And what I've seen from some studies is that glyphosate that I'm so concerned about, it's not coming through in the beef that we eat there. So all things being equal, if I can't, and there are food deserts, there are grocery stores. I was helping a friend get a farm going, and the closest town, there was one grocery store, and nothing in that store was organic. So some people just don't have these options. And so you talk about the clean 15. What can you eat that doesn't need to be organic? Well, the tropical kind of fruits and vegetables that have a peel you take off, so that if there's chemicals sprayed on them, they're on that peel that you remove. And then so I would stick to those. I would recommend that. And then beef over chicken or pork. At this point,
Homegrown, right?
well, yeah, if that's available, right? If it's available, hey, get it fresh from a local farm. I'm just saying, if you can't get it organically, in this country, it's not always an option. When you go, what really bothers me is you go out to these restaurants and you pay a real premium, but you're not eating quality food. They're poisoning you. It's crazy. You can go out and spend $100 a plate, and if it doesn't say on that menu, hey, made with high quality extra virgin olive oil or whatnot, ghee, some good butter,
Yeah.
they're not using it. They're using that canola oil. These seed oils are very, very bad for us. It's been shown over and over.
I could see seed oils being used as a fuel for generators, or something else, useful, but not what we eat, not being eaten for sure.
There's a great song. I don't know if you've seen it, but somebody, I think they did it with the AI, maybe, I'm not sure, but it talks about how it's just about like a 2 or 3 minute song. It's really funny. And it talks about how, these seed oils like canola, they were developed exactly like you say at the Industrial Revolution. Then World War II ended, and we've got all these seed oils that we were using, as lubricants. And then, they make the little joke there. They're like, and then somebody at the company said, "Hey, let's eat the oil." And then now that they're putting it in, they're saying it's better for us than butter.
Do you think that's how it turned? That's how it went down? Do you think somebody was like, "Let me eat this"? Like, no.
I don't doubt it, man. I don't doubt it.
I wonder if they because the company would have had a sort of R&D division that has scientists that kind of know the chemical makeup, and somebody was probably like, this is probably edible. Or they knew it was edible beforehand, but they wouldn't want to eat it. Like we know that about a lot of things. You're muted, by the way. I don't know if you're talking to someone else, but there's a lot of things that we know. Oh, it won't harm you if you eat it, but it's not food. You know what I mean? So maybe they already knew that. Actually, interesting.
It seems like they're using the same ploy that big tobacco was using for a long time, and it's just to muddy the waters and prevent and to show their own nonsense science. There's a great documentary done by ABC News down in Australia. If anyone wants to check out, it's actually 40 minutes long. They did a good job with it.
Down
and it's
under.
all about showing what Monsanto got caught concerning what they call the Monsanto Papers. And it's the way they were ghostwriting the science that they've been using to, push through these chemicals. They were going to their own kind of internal, scientists on their own payroll and telling them exactly what they wanted the studies they were doing to show. And,
scientific review, or whatever the name of that big one is, like those publications, man, those are being totally bastardized. You ever see this story with James Lindsay and I forget his partner, but they were publishing fake stuff on purpose to see what they could get to go through, and they were getting fake papers published. And I know this happens within the science, like the what is it, peer reviewed scientific journal. That shit is being compromised. Like we can't believe any of the science.
Yeah, I think this stuff is like, I think a literal genocide is going on in this country. And that's a strong word, because that actually implies that there's an intent behind it.
Like a long term, you think? Or because they could do it quickly, right?
Well, so let's back up. Let's not say the word genocide, but the word Holocaust definitely applies.
Oh.
Holocaust just means like a lot of people dying, and it doesn't really have any other kind of connotation with it, though, so many people think of World War II, so, people think it maybe might, but so many of us, just imagine. So what I was sharing earlier is that, the longevity in this country is 5 and 6 years lower than it should be. And just think of that. That means everyone you love in this country, that we're losing them. But it's not just the last 5 or 6 years, the 5 or 6 worst years off the end of their life that we're losing. It's what we are right now. It's how much we're capable of. It's how much we can enjoy ourselves, how much strength we have. And
our primes, right?
yeah, that's being taken from us. And nobody's talking about that. And I think it's such a huge issue. I joke with friends, I go by Jonny Paradise on X because I'm trying to put forth the solution of how, how beautiful the solution can be, making the most, the tastiest meals that we can make, and put on our plates, being the answer, for these challenges we face. But I joke sometimes, I say maybe I should go by Johnny Poison, because I really, that's the challenge that I
That's
think
your alter ego. You got to make your second account.
like some shady, right? Yeah. It's
yeah. Well, a lot of people have their alt. I don't do that, but they do it on Facebook. They do it on X, and they have like a second account so they can actually interact with some people that they would hurt their algorithm otherwise, and all this stuff. It's pretty crazy. Jonny Paradise, though, I like it.
Yeah, it's got a ring to it. Well, you know what? Because I got that because, I do like to tell people, hey, fruit trees and chickens, this is the answer. We should all be doing more of this. And then if you work it into your name, then when you meet somebody, then you can just, hit the ground running right there. Say, hey, I'm Jonny Paradise, and this is why. But, I want to circle back around. So I mentioned glyphosate is really bad as a carcinogen and an endocrine disruptor. The two other things about it that are pretty rough are also that it chelates our nutrients. So our food in this country, it doesn't have the nutrient density that it should, and that can create all sorts of different pathologies. And it binds really tightly. If you're magnesium deficient, and most of us are in this country,
most of us are, yeah.
Then there's all different sort of pathologies.
Also, copper deficient. We talked about it last week. Hamad blew my mind about copper. Oof, that's crazy.
And then the fourth one is that glyphosate is actually registered as an antibiotic. A lot of people don't know that, and they push back on me, and I'm like, well, just go Google it.
Really?
Get away. And so this stuff is ripping up our gut biome. And what we've seen is that our microbiome and our digestion is so crucial for helping us with our immunity and helping us digest our food and create vitamins. And, if you take a course of antibiotics, that can create, real problems such as C. diff, serious things. So, we've
not
got
only that, but you build up immunity to antibiotics, and there are certain ones that you can't even take very much.
That's a great point. Exactly. Yep. A ton of doctors have come out recently saying, hey, we got to stop this crazy thing that we're doing, giving our livestock here in this country antibiotics. One reason they do that is that when you give the livestock antibiotics, they gain weight faster. So the same thing's happening to us. Obesity in this country, it's going up exponentially, and we got to demand a lot better.
I got to lose like 30 or 40 pounds would be nice. Maybe not 40, actually, probably more like 30. But it's hard because of the food, and I find it hard to put in the work too. Like I'll be busy doing stuff, and I end up hurting myself. And now I have like this, and guys, you all be happy to hear this. They've been hearing me complain and bitch and moan about it for weeks. I've had it been going on for months though. My shoulder's got like a pinched nerve in it. But I did 10 push-ups today. I was pretty proud of myself actually, because push-ups is a big way that I can gauge my fitness. I'll run with my dog. I did a little running with her today, but if I can continually doing more push-ups and raising that number, it works a lot of your body, you know. Anyway, I'm off topic, but I'm really happy that it hurts still, but I'm a little bit able to do more motion, because that's a big key. Like we have to be more active. And not to derail you, but one of my end goals is, and anybody else can take this plan and run with it, but I plan to build or buy or convert exercise equipment and different exercises into a way that I can also generate some electricity at my own home, and mostly using water. If a lot of people watching here, actually got about 200 people in the house. What I do is I have aquaponics. I don't know if you've heard of aquaponics. It's with fish and the plants. You've heard of this? Yeah. It's a really interesting new way, not new, but it's sort of catching a sort of a new wave of interest. And I've been learning it. And what my plan is to have that water system built into like a bigger, you know, sort of like a water tower maybe, and then have hydroelectricity coming from that built into my system, built into like exercise equipment. Because imagine, and not to go all the way down that path, but there's a lot more to my plan. But my point is, imagine people nowadays with all the technologies, all the ease of access, and all the convenience that we have, we're still going. Some people still go to the gym and they pay to just burn their energy off into nowhere, right? Into nothing. And so if people were then incentivized a little bit by saving a little dime on their electricity bill, maybe not much, but also then you have that way to expend and get some exercise, you know, because a lot of us don't have to, you know, walk to school, walk to work, or whatever it is, where we used to have to walk a lot more. We used to have to do more stuff. So anyway, I don't know what you think about it, but it's one plan I have to help. It's incentive, right? People work off of incentive, and yes, nutrition's one part of it, but we need that exercise. We need some resistance, right?
I love it. Yes, exactly. We got to stay moving. That's huge.
But you know, we need to be incentivized to do it, because so many of us buy the gym membership, but then don't go, or don't buy it at all because I can't afford that, or you know, I don't have time. There's a lot of excuses, but with what I am, is that possible? I think it will be, Ash. I'm going to try this. I imagine, and I know there are actually systems out there. I believe China has a bike that you can plug into the wall and it generates electricity, but there's nothing involving water. To me, I'd be more worried about, you know, electrocution for things where the generation's happening under your butt. You know, I'd rather that just be a pump. You pumping water with whatever you're doing, you know, pushing all the motions. But my point is, yes, I believe it's possible. There are small hydroelectricity generation, you know, small ways to do it. Hamster wheel kind of, yeah, Jasper, exactly. But imagine it actually solves it actually would incentivize a lot of people, not only the people that already go to the gym, but people that would go to the gym that don't do it because they don't have enough money, because you could get that recouped back. People that don't go to the gym, or would go to the gym if that was going to help save the planet, green energy, right? And also people that, you know, would go pay at one gym, they'd probably stop paying at that gym. You know, they'd come to my gym or do it at home, like Ash is saying, because I'm going to start it in my own home, but eventually it'll be a business with my farm and a gym and all this stuff. And you know, it's all good. Everybody can do it, and we could probably still need more, but it would be a cool idea, I think, eventually. So
I love it. Yeah,
we
man.
are getting close to an hour. I want to make sure I remind you, so in case you're needing to go anytime soon. But this has been a great conversation. Like I know we've gone a lot of places, guys, but it's our first time meeting Johnny here, and I like to let my ADD run wild. But next time we'll have him up, maybe we'll talk about something more specific like glyphosate, or maybe something further down that line.
Well,
But
yeah, I do like to talk about fruit trees and chickens,
we
and
love it. Ash loves it too. He literally said earlier, I had the best guess, or he said it was the perfect guess for tonight. Ash, did you have any questions about fruit trees while he's here? Because I want to make sure people in the comments get a chance to ask you anything, because I didn't actually see any specifically. I saw Rose made a good point about the cows farting because it's about their diet. Like just like us, we don't have as much gas if we have a better.
I heard a really interesting point, and I haven't gone down the rabbit hole on this
Go ahead.
to really look into it.
You got plenty of time.
This there's an idea that I heard put forth that the blade of grass, when if it dies, if it wasn't eaten by a cow, it would release the same methane up, so that really it just kind of was making the point that this whole thing is really being blown out of proportion.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing in the Netherlands, we're seeing in Ireland that they are culling like a lot of cattle to try to do this in the name of changing the weather. And
It's peace.
yeah, it's really wild when you think of it. What's really pushed forth by this whole kind of corporate agenda is this whole idea of tolerance towards all cultures, and I dig that. Amen, brother. Yes, let's be very tolerant of everybody, but they're not being very tolerant of our way of life. When you look back across 100 generations, the way we've been feeding ourselves, and then they want to come in and tell us, hey, you guys got to start eating crickets, no more beef for you, in the name of fixing the rain or whatever.
And that's not just our country. That's the world. What was it, the WHO, or was it the I forget which one. The World Economic
The
Forum.
World Economic Forum is one of the big pushers of this nonsense. And this guy, this Klaus Schwab, this Dr. Evil lookalike, bro, this guy literally dresses like Dr. Evil and he looks like him. And this guy is trying to tell us that
Klaus Schwab.
Yes, Klaus Schwab.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He is just the supervillain. I mean, unbelievable the things that they're putting forth. He dropped the book in April of 2020, The Great Reset. You can't have a book ready to publish that quick. And then what happened earlier in 2019, was the event. What was it? Event 201. It was
201.
It was very exact in
talking about a war game.
Game planning for a coronavirus outbreak, exactly like what happened. So, it's
it's a shame more people don't know that, and when people hear it, they don't seem to care. And I know this is something that we don't, it gets in some people into their feels and such, but anybody that wants to blame Trump or blame hell, Fauci was, he's been in there for a long time, so I'm sure he was part of it. But as far as like anyone in our government, like this was a global sort of like a thing, and so we probably had plenty of players in their hands in the cookie jar, but this was our entire planet. So like that's why I started pushing. That's one of the biggest reasons, not COVID necessarily, it was before COVID, but one of the biggest reasons that I started thinking about my whole plan was that there's not many things more important or more valuable to people than to be as self-sufficient, self-reliable as possible, period. Right?
Amen,
when I started I went through a pretty rough time after the war, and I kind of I didn't feel like I was worth anything. So what I thought to myself was like, there was only a couple things worth like pursuing your entire life for. That is the only two things I could think of, and that's medicine, like learning how to heal people, not pharmaceuticals necessarily, but like learning how to be a doctor or nurse, like actual know how to tourniquet, all the actual procedures, that kind of knowledge, and farming and learning how to like be more sustainable on the land, learning more about the wildlife and all of it and everything, because farmers aren't just farmers, guys. Farmers have to be hunters and like hunter-gatherers too. Like they have to do a lot of things because they have this wild piece of land that, you know, some of them probably outsource that kind of thing, obviously. But a farmer that's doing everything themselves, like they are dealing with the coyotes, dealing with the, you know, whatever, depending on where they're at, bears, whatever it is, wild hogs. There's crazy wild hogs. So when I think of farming, I think of somebody that isn't just a guy that knows how to plant corn, but a guy that can hunt and do all the, you know, ancillary things to that, you know, because we were hunter gatherers and then we started learning agriculture, and it's like, well, those two things are pretty close now. You have to do both.
Yep, that's exactly it.
Do you have a big, like, do you have a farm that people can go to, or and also we want to get into your promotional stuff, make it like websites or anything you know, as your business.
Hey, I got my my little Twitter handle there. If you guys give me a follow, my DMs are open. You can shoot me a question or whatever you'd like. I tried to add my Facebook to that. I see we got so many people commenting from Facebook. It's great to see. And you know, honestly, if I could put forth one thing, you know, I know like we try to be apolitical a lot of times in a lot of things we do, but you know, the red and the blue, I like to share with people that, you know, they take all the money from the bad guys. They really do. And this cause that Kennedy's representing is, you know, he's been fighting the bad guys his whole life. And I just would love if people, I think if half the people in this country watch this little video at whoisbobbykennedy.com, you know, he wins in a landslide. And it's just half an hour long. It's a little masterpiece. Hear his side of things. Hear what he's been doing. You know, you talked about Fauci and these guys creating these bioweapons.
People that have been there for a long time, you know, they were probably, you know.
For 40 years, this guy's been fighting the bad guys. And you know, you talk about this pandemic that they had planned. You know, he wrote the book, The Real Anthony Fauci, and all about Bill Gates and all about all this nonsense. He's been about the most outspoken against this climate tyranny proposed by the World Economic Forum and Klaus Schwab, all of this nonsense. And it's just very common sense. And, you know, they say an independent can never win. And maybe that was true 20 years ago. But right now, you know, 51% of us identify as independent. That means we see through the BS. You know, we've got a duopoly, a uniparty who is just on behalf of the corporations, and it's getting harder and harder for the little guy to do his thing. And we got to stand up together and say enough is enough. You know, we can stand shoulder to shoulder together and say we got to make things right. So I think that's the opportunity we have. And yeah, so if there's one thing I would like to promote, it's that little video at whoisbobbykennedy.com. You can also find that on YouTube.
Do you want me to be brutal?
Yeah, be brutal, man. Yes.
Okay.
Please.
Does RFK have a worm in his brain?
So, you know, 15 years ago, he was all set to have a, brain surgery. They thought he had a tumor. And so then, you know, he had his 5th or 6th opinion, and the guy said, you know what, I think it might be a brain worm. Give it 6 weeks, give it a month, and let's do another scan. And it turns out, I think like 1 billion plus of us on this planet do have a brain parasite at some point in our life. And so they say that's resolved. And, you know, you can find this guy speaking for hundreds of hours on different podcasts. He's really great in long form. A lot of people are won over by his 3-hour interview he did with Joe Rogan. And so, I just said, hey, Thomas Jefferson said, we're not a true democracy if we're not an informed electorate. And so my invitation is just hear the guy out in his own
Definitely
world.
Hear them out. Definitely hear them all out. You know, I have my own bias and leaning, but we get a little bit more into it on Thursday night's show with Kim. Kim's another host on Grow Fam, and you know, we end up talking about it sometimes. And
Waylon, let me guess, man. Can I guess you lean a little more conservative than liberal? Is that right?
Are you trying to out me?
Well, I do myself. Okay, listen. If you
I'm a libertarian, conservative. Yeah.
Listen, if you put me in a corner and said I got to choose between Trump and Harris, I would take Trump every time. Okay, because I'm very much against this transgender agenda. I say we got to close the border. I say we got to bring the troops home, and I say we got to cut this debt that's killing us. It's impoverishing us. But there's a couple things about Trump I wish he would have done a lot better. And one of those is on his very last day in office, he gave Fauci, that bioweapons terrorist, he gave him a gold star. He gave him a presidential commendation. Okay, that's not standing up to the tyrants. That's not standing up for us. You know, along with that, he added $8.3 trillion to the debt. And just the very last thing I'll say is that he put Julian Assange in prison. You know, Obama was leaving him alone. He let Mike Pompeo go after him, and he could have pardoned him on his very last day in office. You know, it's the First Amendment for a reason. We're not a free people without free speech. And, you know,
yeah,
the whole ballgame. That's it.
Like and people don't get it. Free speech is speech that you don't like. That is what it is. Like whatever it is, like whatever you hear happening. Like if I disagree with you on Robert F. Kennedy, we can have a conversation. Like I see at least one person that has some ill will towards Mr. Kennedy. Maybe not ill will. I wouldn't say that. It's not a good way to put it. But like definitely doesn't like him. It seems like. Says that he doesn't believe in science. Now I don't know about this. What would you say?
Okay. So the main question. Let me just address that real quick. So the main thing that they put after Kennedy from the CNN, MSNBC side is that they'll say he's an anti-vaxxer. And what they mean by that is he stood up to Big Pharma. You know, after the war machine, I think it's hard to argue that Big Pharma is not the most evil industry that we have. You know, we talked about the opioid epidemic. There's a lot of things we could touch on that are demonstrable. I would say that all that Kennedy is someone who says that we need real, true safety science.
We need to question the science. We should always question it, no matter if you think it's real, true safety science, like you just said.
Always. What was the bias? What was the bias of the? We talked about Monsanto. What was the bias? Who paid for that study? You know, that has a lot to do with how that study turns out. You know, I was born in 1982. Okay, I'm 42. I had 3 vaccines, 3 of them. Guys, my nephews, they're getting 17 vaccines. Ooh. And you can make the argument that not a single one of them have a true safety study on them, like a new antacid or a new headache pill would. None of them have a true pre-licensing safety study. Okay, none of them are compared with saline. They're compared with other vaccines. And that's the point that Kennedy makes. And they call him an anti-vaxxer for that, even though, you know, all his kids have been vaccinated. You know, he's been vaccinated.
Yeah, so you should always listen to the person's point for sure. And like I just have to push back a little bit to my lovely friend Rose here. That bill that was supposedly for the border actually had more in that bill to do with Ukraine than the United States border, and that was why, as you say, his buddies killed the bill. That was what was up. Like, he didn't want that border. No one wanted that border. I don't want that border bill to pass because it was talking about giving, you know, all our money to Ukraine in the bill. It's like it was like millions of dollars in this bill. You might love Ukraine, but it's like, make that another bill. Why does that have to be combined? Like, if you want that to be a thing, be a thing. Why is it got to be, oh, it's the border and not Ukraine bill? And then like right inside the words, you know, so that's just, that's messed up. That's messed up stuff. Not to get into politics, but evidently we are.
I know nobody wants to get into politics. Thank you for.
I don't mind. I actually love it in the right setting. I'll create it like that. That'll be the show. You know what I mean? But like on We Grow Wednesday, it's not just about plants. It is about growing as people too. And so if you guys are out there, you have any, you know, questions or any comments about what was said, definitely hit us up. Go check out our friend Johnny over there on X. Do you have a website for the professional side, or is it just like a you know, word of mouth where you get customers? You don't really do all that. Probably don't need it.
You can find.
You're okay, Rose. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Listen, I appreciate you. WhoIsBobbyKennedy.com. Check that out. Watch it. It's just hear his side of things. Listen, I appreciate you so much for letting me come on and share about everything, Waylon. And yeah, we got to do it again sometime. I'd love to have you on as a guest.
Heck yeah, well, that's awesome. I don't make my own spaces, but I'm definitely into them. I was on some today, so it's fun. They're fun. I like them. It's a change of pace for me. But wait, I never did ask you. Wait? Well, let me ask you this: is it even legal to use cannabis where you're at right now? And have you or do you use cannabis? Now, we're outing you.
That's why
now,
I'm
Johnny
recording from a
Paradise.
car. I'm actually en route from DC. We're driving down to North Carolina tonight, and so yeah, I appreciate you being flexible here with the appearance and all. But yeah, I mean, this country, it's funny, isn't it? It's different all over, so it's wild. Where
Don't dodge the question, Johnny Paradise.
well, in Florida, it's not. Okay, in Florida, it's medicinal
right.
only, and that's
We
where
have some Florida
I
friends
spend most of my time here in the States, right?
Okay. Well, THCA, you can get the THCA now, Johnny. That's legal.
That's true. But you know what? I'm a little cynical there, right? Because you know, as God intended, like the full spectrum of all of the different cannabinoid components. So, I'd rather have that rather than you isolating it in a lab like some mad scientist.
That's not what THCA is.
No.
Tell me. THCA is actually I'll probably use the wrong words, but it's the thing before THC. So they're basically just harvesting it a little early, and it usually comes from hemp and not cannabis. Well, it can't not marijuana. Wait. Whichever I think cannabis is both. Anyway, my point is it comes from hemp farmers a lot of times. You can get it from cannabis farmers too, but the thing about THCA is that it's technically still legal within the Farm Bill, and it is literally the same thing. You just have to activate it. So like you can like Master Rochi, one of our awesome Grow Fam TV hosts on Monday nights, he and his wife live in Indiana, and it's illegal to grow so much percentage, like what is it, 3% that hemp has of THC, but they can grow and produce THCA flower. And actually, I don't know if they're growing it, but they're selling pre-rolled joints of it. Anyway, I'm not telling you need to go out and go do it right this second, but it is an interesting twist to what's happening. They're trying to get rid of it. A lot of places are trying to get rid of it.
Right on. It's good to know, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
thanks for having me on, man. Let's do this again. And much love to you and everyone out there in Facebook land. I tried to put my little Facebook name in the comments, so feel free to shoot me a friend request. Question. And much love to everyone.
Did you commented on my page, or I'm not? I guess I don't know what your name is.
I'm just logged into StreamYard, so I'm just seeing the comments, but I can't reply. And I actually tried to find your. Do I look Waylon, the indoor farmer, up on Facebook? Is that how I find you?
And or also Grow Fam TV. We're live on right now.
All right. Very good. All right. Well, until next time.
Okay, man. Thanks again, Johnny Paradise, guys. Go check him out. And he came in the car, like on the road, which is that's great that he did that. So thanks.
I got my buddy with me here. We're about to keep rolling out here, and we're gonna we're going down to the Carolinas. We're gonna be getting the word out for making the food safe again, and Yes. What's more important than that? For us and our loved ones, for peace and prosperity. Go check out that video at Who is Bobby Kennedy.
Check it out. Okay.
Thanks, Waylon.
Peace. All right. That was awesome. Okay, we are about an hour 13, and we're going to do the giveaways real quick. I got to get the wheel going. But that was awesome. Anybody that has questions, like he said, you can definitely hit him up in the DMs. And he said he's in Facebook too, so we can find him on this side. But I mean, X seems to be where a lot of people are and where they want to be. So if I were you all, I would go check it out. Thanks so much. Informative. Yes. You know what? Can you guys hear any music being played? I had this shared in almost the whole time. You guys, some of you might have seen it. Some of you early on watching when you saw me pull up to YouTube for a second. This has been in the background the whole time, and I just clicked play. Wow. Was it like I was in it. I was in the conversation. That's good though. That's good. I mean, bad but good. Bad but good. All right. Well, I need a dab after that, guys. I need a dab. You know, he gave me a lot to think about. And we are still linked over there on Johnny's X account. So shouts out to anybody watching us from there. Johnny's quite a bit farther along on X than I am, but we are making some headway. I think I hit 575 over there on X. Johnny's over 7,000, almost 8,000 deep. What's up? We had 110 people show up from Johnny's page. Thanks again. There we are. Pull out the big guns. Yeah, we're pulling out. Like, what if one day you guys are going to laugh, like I'm going to pull something that's like something, I don't know. Imagine Carrot Top gets his bong out. I mean, that'd be the move, right? Well, I do have to get to the giveaways, but we do want to show you guys this awesome little schedule that I came up with that you might be seeing other people sharing it out. You're seeing some of the other creators pulling this up. If you guys need a copy of it, let me know. But this is our weekly schedule for the Grow Fam TV. I'll just leave that up for a moment as I get actually I have to turn the e-nail back on. The only thing about having the e-nail is that it takes a few minutes. The same goes with the torch, right? Yeah, that is a schedule. I also made one for myself. I didn't put it in here though. I should do that real quick. Well, what did you guys? Did anybody get outside today? I know Ash did. I'm sure he did. I got outside, mowed some grass, mom's grass. I'm really tempted to keep her grass clippings and bring them back to my house because I could use that. You know what I mean? But here's a little schedule I made for my shows. If anyone's 240 people in the house, if anyone's watching that is first time watching my show, I do 5 different shows a week. This is We Grow Wednesday, just one of the different aspects of my brain that I put out every week. But here is the full week of my shows. And of course, most of my shows are generally things that you can watch later, anytime. You know, I try to keep something in that show that's worth watching later on. So definitely feel free to check them out. I don't know why I made Tuesday so small, the Indoor Farmer reviews. It's like Indoor Farmer reviews. Like, is it because I don't know. Do I think of that show? I don't know. I need to fix it. Think less of that show, maybe. Is that it? All right. So remember, if you want to get in on tonight's giveaway, sorry, friends from X, but let me see. If there's anybody watching on X that wants to get in on a giveaway of a free THCA legal doobie from MasterRochi'sGarden.com, then you can hit that like button on the Facebook side, on my page, and on the Grow Fam TV page. Kim says, I got outside. Oh yeah, the video. I saw your progress video, Kim, of the wall and of all the construction happening on the house. Awesome. A few minutes, LL went outside. Well, hey, a few minutes. You gotta get outside for a few minutes at least, James. At least. I saw that on Locals, and I screenshotted it. I saw that on Locals. What did I put up on Locals? I'm missing a piece to the puzzle here. All right, I'm going to go over to the page. That's right, back to the X friends. If you're on X, you want to get in on the giveaway, just comment, and I will, if there's any people that are only on X and you can't come find us on Facebook, I will do the hashtag tool instead of the like wheel of likers. But make sure that you hit the like button anyway. All right, we're gonna pull it up on my other computer here, but I'm gonna make sure I give you guys a couple minutes. We'll do a dab. Yeah, I'd love to see a whole flood of people on X say, I'd love to get in this giveaway, but I don't use Facebook. In which case we would totally go back to the hash tool, but we don't have that just yet. But I'd love to see that happen one day in the near future. I mean, most people that we had tonight came through on X. We just need to get some more commenters. Right here, Cindy. Cheers. Well, Cindy, no offense, but I know that you can pop back over. So I'm looking for those people who say, I don't use Facebook. Happy hump day, Alan. Cheers, brother. Cindy, you're going to get, you should get, you got a number, I'm pretty sure already. I think you're number 3. Maybe that was last week. But anybody that's subscribed to me, make sure that you go over to Locals, theindoorfarmer.locals.com, and Facebook. If you subscribed, you have a group on Facebook, either the Waylon Maccabee subs or the Waylon the Indoor Farmer subscribers. Well, there's 2 groups there, whichever one you're subscribed to, and or Locals. Got to go get yourself a number. And the post I make once a week, I make a post for my subscribers, and they get in a drawing 3 times a week, 3 spins of the wheel, and win some goodies. Tonight's win is going to either get cash, or they can choose a hot knife extension that I got, a little piece that you can screw into a battery, like said Luca Bear that I have here, and you can make yourself your own hot knife, and it's good for dabbage if you're a dabbager, if you're into dabbage. If you're watching on X now, you're going, whoa. They were just having a conversation. Now dude's doing this fat dab. Like, okay, hey, here it is. Cheers, everybody. I believe the hashtag works from X. We will have to test that theory, but thank you, Cindy. I haven't given them out yet. I just wanted to make sure everybody went over and commented so that I can. Thank you, P Stream. Thank you for the compliments earlier. I saw you guys. I was reading the comments, but I was not trying to interrupt as much as possible. Cheers, Thomas. Cheers. Thomas with the dog picture. Oh, look, Thomas. We got Cindy on X with a deer picture. And then we got, that's with Cindy with her dog in the picture on the Facebook side. Ash just has the family, no animals. Let's see, anyone else with animal pictures? You guys might have seen my picture I posted a few hours ago. Me and some new friends. I'll show you guys. We went out. We did a little acting. We went out into the woods and did some fun stuff. But yeah, these guys. Wait, that's not the right picture. At least you know that I'm. At least it's already, the jig is up. Here you go. Here's the right one. That first one was Photoshop. This is the right one. Yeah, this was the correct one. At this point, I was like, trying to tell these guys I need to stop and get some water, and I was out there for a long time. My buddy Will there, he was like real tired. And, yeah, it's funny. Go outside to the woods today. You'll soon be in for a big surprise. Have you been in my woods, Robert? Cheers, Jasper. What's up, JR? What's up? Hey, we got some YouTubers in the house. Justin, James Calderwood in the YouTube. All right. Let me share in the wheel. Let's see. Is there a little promo? Yeah, lineup video. We can watch that little promo video while I put the likes in. So if you haven't gone over to my page, if you're on GrowFam TV, head over to Wayland Indoor Farmer, hit that like button, maybe throw a comment in there, and maybe head back if you want to. Said something about the woods. Yeah. Well, you know, just me and my friends were in the woods. Look, I'll show you one more time. This is joint. Okay, Thomas, have a good night, man. Have a good night at work. Stay safe. All right. I don't want to make you guys wait, but I will tell you this. If you were worried about the giveaway and you wanted to get in on it, but you didn't want to have to be here, I didn't get there yet, Rose. This is a different wheel. This is the wheel for tonight's GrowFam giveaway. But you can actually get hash and dash immunity. Say you're here and you watch an hour of the show and you really enjoyed it, but then you had to go. Just get that hash and dash immunity for me, little old Wayland the Indoor Farmer. $2 a month or less if you pay for a full year. And yeah, you can get on not only the wheel spin that's going to be after this one, but you can also get in on game night on Sundays where you can win a gift card to thegrowfam.com. And if you go to thegrowfam.com, make sure that you use code WTIF10 at checkout. Gets you a discount. And take a shower and go back on. We'll get back on. And got back on. Oh, thanks, Jess. Yeah, like tonight, she says. She says, like tonight. If she was stepped away, then she might not have gotten in on it. You know what I mean? I'm back. What's up, Paul? Okay, Paul, make sure you hit the like button. We're about to get everybody on the wheel right now. I'm going to play this video from the GrowFam lineup while I do this. And back to me. I didn't get it all done, though. I think there's more. If it will just catch up. Boom. We're at 263. Can we get to 300 tonight? Can't we get to 300? Am I on there? Oh, look at all these names. I can't read all those names. Peace Tree. If you hit the like button, you're on there. I see you. I see you on there. If you hit the like button, you are on there. And if you didn't hit the like button, we're an hour and a half into the show. You might have missed the good parts. So you have to come back if you're just getting here. Come check out our guest, Jonny Paradise. And check out last Wednesday's guest, Hamad, my friend Hamad. I forget how to pronounce his last name, but he is actually coming next Wednesday. So we're going to have him back by request, and he wants to talk about sports that help with longevity. Sports that help with longevity. So we're going to do that, and then I've got guests, I think, lined up for a few weeks after that as well. So hopefully we will bring back a few returning guests as well. I have no idea. That seems a little loud. Let me turn this down. Seems like a little bit loud. Oh, two down. Two down. There we go. Hi, Brenda. Do you have a link for the guest? I don't have a link, but he did. He said he got in there to comment, but I don't think I ever saw him. But he did have his X handle up there on the show, so if you want to, you could go back or look at the beginning once he was on screen anyway. Jonny Paradise, he's on X, but he did say he has a Facebook, so I'm not sure if he's gonna come back in. All right, good luck, everybody. And this is for a THC doobie from MasterRochiesGarden.com and a perma sticker. I said perma sticker on it from the Grow Fam. Why is my video? Oh, I had it paused on my phone. I was like, what is happening here? That was great. Look forward to it. Yes. Yeah, he's definitely on X2, and they're both bigger cats than I am. So I'm happy to. I'm appreciative of their time. I appreciate them coming. But and it's funny though. This is what's funny. I don't tell them that I have a big following on Facebook. You know, not big but bigger compared to my 500 on X. You know what I mean? I don't use that as a, oh, hey, don't worry, you know, come on my show. Like, there's more people over there. I don't say that. I just kind of let them, if they come on the show, they come on the show. Mike Jones, you win. Mike Jones, you win. Mike Jones, where you been? Are you still in the building? Whose birthday was it earlier? John, I think. John something. What's the last name? John C. something, I believe. What was the birthday? No tagging. Unless if you're a subscriber, you automatically win. Got a few seconds here, and we'll spin it again. Mike Jones was in here. Oh, there he is. There he is. Look at him hanging out all night long. Appreciate you, brother. We got, not that. We'll go switch me back over here. Thank you. Very, very cool, man. First time, first spin win. I love that. Usually takes a few spins when I do it like this. Let's see. Today is the 7th. We got Mike Jones winning the THC doobie from MasterRochiesGarden.com. Remember, everyone, you can go to MasterRochiesGarden.com and use code CERTIFIED at checkout for a discount. You can also win a $15 gift code to MasterRochiesGarden.com by playing in, you guessed it, the Indoor Farmer Game Night. Now, I'm going to put the StreamYard link into the comments on my Facebook page. in case any of my friends are in the building that want to pop up and have a little after show sesh here as I finish getting the numbers together for my subscribers. If you would like to subscribe at locals.com, it's free to sign up. It's a free website. It's just $2 to be a paid subscriber on my community there. So if you want to sign up, you get a chance to win 2.5 months worth of subscription, or I don't know. Yeah. If you're a new subscriber, if you subscribe tonight, you will still also get a chance to win this hot knife extension. So we're going to do that in a little bit. Congrats, Mike. I got you written down, brother. We're going to get you taken care of. I think it's an interesting prize. It's a new thing too, especially this perma sticker. I'm interested in what that's about. The perma sticker. I know. I'm fairly sure Ash told me about it, but I may not remember what he said about it. So, but I don't know if there was anything said about it because it kind of is self-explanatory. Probably like maybe a heavy duty sticker, or maybe one for your shirt, maybe that you can put on a shirt. I don't know. Yes, look at Jess here. Thank you, Jess. Now, I will say this: I like to be transparent, and what's going to happen is if we continue to gain people in my community, Grow Fam is in there. We got a whole bunch of friends in the chat right now who are already there, so it's a good place to be. But my point is, it will get big enough to the point where you may not win so much back. Like right now, everybody, like what I did was I set the 3 spins a week, but that's going to stay the same no matter how many people. So if we get more people, less people will win. But even winning one time per month, you get 2.5 months worth of. So like people are winning once a week now. Some people. So there's people that are winning like a lot. Just put it that way. A lot of my money. I did add it up. I'm making a few dollars doing this stuff, guys. I added July up. In all of July, from Facebook and from locals combined, I think it was $260 something. So hey, it's not nothing, but I'm definitely giving that back. You know what I mean? Not that I don't need a feather in my cap, but I'm just saying, eventually it's going to be. I foresee this community being something that's it's going to help a lot of people and help ourselves. If it's a win-win, nobody should be crying. I was winning like that, not anymore. Well, I don't know. I think you were having trouble getting there to game night, but you mean as far as the number wheel? That's probably because there's more people on it now. It's up in the 20s, almost. But I added it up. I do 16 giveaways from myself a month, and then also we got game night that's got we gave away 18 prizes Sunday. Yeah, it's going to be, I might raise the number, but I can't keep raising the number of winners if I don't get more people, obviously. But it has been fun though. I feel like if I can get you back enough that, and I don't really need to worry about that because it's all in fun, because honestly, we try to make it worth it in multiple ways, not just me giving you money. Thanks, Brenda. I started to worry, Brenda. I was like, what is she? Is she like? She worried? She's the more the merrier. Honestly, this is my goal. A sort of longer term goal. Right now, I'd like to get to 100 people in locals. It'd be great. Right now, we're at 62, paid members. I have 200 and something. I don't know why there's like 300 people in there that are following the community, but they can't interact or get involved with any of the stuff because you can follow it for free. But anyway, it's just weird. But my point is 1,000 people would be my sort of long-term goal. Once we get to 1,000 subs, guys, $2 a sub, we're giving, $1,000 away a month. Like, yeah, it's 1,000 people, but $50 at, say, gift codes to different subscribers or sponsors, websites and such. No regrets. But yeah, there's a lot of things that can be done with stuff at that point. We could help. We could be saving people's, butts when it comes to a lot of things, especially when it comes to grows. Like our friend Trent had a big problem recently he's got a hurricane coming. It might be there right now. I didn't see him in here tonight. So definitely, again, prayers to everybody hitting that with that hurricane coming. Been following you for almost a year. Thanks, JR. Haven't won yet, but I have one. JR, are you a subscriber, brother? You gotta realize, for me, I personally, I would rather see like people like you have been following me for a long time. There's plenty of people like you that are very supportive in a lot of other ways, and that's great. That's what the shows are for, right? Oh, this person watched the whole show while I was live, right? That's support, right? But then the subscription thing is basically another way to show if you don't have time to hang out all the time to watch every show and stuff, but yet you also want to get involved in some of the giveaways. That's why I push so hard for my subs, because I do so much for them too. I try like whatever I can, because that's all we can do online is like sort of carve out a little bit of an island of support, if you will, your community, and all of you guys like try to do something that's benefits each other. It's just like a real life community. It's just that you find ways to be of value to each other, right? As long as I get bigger, yeah, I mean, definitely. I try to upscale as I go. My tent got delivered today. Oh, nice. Start the journey. That's right. Hells yeah. I am not. Okay. Well, the winning. That's what I was getting at. Is there's 3 times a week I think that you can win without subscribing, for my shows anyway. On GrowFam, obviously there's one every night that you can get in. You just have to be there to win. Subs are so worth it. Thanks, William. William just played with the big dogs on Sunday. If you guys didn't see it, game night number 70, I believe, had Ash Groves himself playing, and Twisted Cannabis. Shouts out to 2 sponsors coming up to play, and they donated all their prizes to the subs. William was up there playing with them. Shouts out, William. And let's shout out, you know what? I didn't have time to say it earlier, but shouts out to Ash Groves for winning the game. Ash Groves won on Sunday. Yeah, JR, maybe hit me up, man. We'll talk about it, because it's like, I'd love to get you in winning sometime for sure. I try to do things that promote the subscriptions. And if I can give something away to everybody, like I did the reverse osmosis water filter, everyone had a chance to win, but my subscribers got extra chances to win, like depending on what their level of subscription is. And so I think that's kind of my way to add in anybody that wants to try to get in, but doesn't, can't subscribe or whatever it is. Aren't a big deal. Yeah. See, that's another thing. If you're not worried about the giveaways, you're not worried about the giveaways. Like I'm not usually. You don't see me getting into a lot of them, because there's something to actually talk about, JR, and it's a good point. It's a good time to bring it up. You have to be careful who you subscribe to and who you like, where you give your email. A lot of creators, I guess, on X, I've heard other people since telling me it's been elsewhere, will take that information and sell it to data farming companies or whatever it is. And I will, for one, will never do that. That's not a win-win right there. That's a me win. Like everything I want to do is should be a win-win. We can't all be, we can't all be the host of game night. If I get all of us to be, we all create our own game nights. That's not what I mean by win-win, but what I mean is within my community, we have not only people now sponsoring the game night from their businesses, and I could shout out so many of them, but not only do we have that, but we have people starting businesses and starting their own thing within that community that now we can all help and support and sort of like a real community, and not just a, hey, let's throw money around, but more like a, hey, I need a guy that can do engravings, right? And we have a couple of them now. We know our buddy Grassroots in the community. He does engravings. We've got, if you're over in the UK, UKJ. Some of you know UKJ. He does UK engravings over there. We also have friends in Illinois, right here in Illinois, who made this hat. Yeah, this hat. Shouts out to Gym City Lids. Look at the gym on the back there. Gym for the Gym City Lids. The engraved hive, another sponsor. So there's a bunch of that. It's like we can find somebody that we need for whatever, and there's like I guess a handful of each thing, and you want a little bit of variety, but you can't all do it. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't want like 30 engravings, like shops, but like 4 or 5, yes, they're all doing different things. You know what I mean? There's different artists, there's different types of products within each category too. But I really push to do things for my subscribers because of that. Like that's my value back to them. Not just giveaways, but like I'll make a logo for you, which I keep saying. Like I have someone I have to make a logo. If you're listening, I don't know if I saw them in the chat, but I need some more information on what we want to put on it. Well, shouts out to Florida Hippie Dude. Speaking of, made him a logo once. A new logo that looks like an AI logo you got now. Was that logo made by AI? Florida Hippie Dude. Bye. Done so. Bye. I'm sorry, man. I didn't see any other comments that yeah. Okay. So maybe the person is, I might want to disconnect. Yeah, no offense to the Jonny Paradise crew. There's 148 of you. Go find me on X, the Indoor Farmer, at the Indoor Farmer. I'm going to go ahead and disconnect his account, though, because I feel bad. Maybe this Dunn guy now is associating cannabis with his friend Johnny's account. And now he says buy for good. Is this a buy for good done so? Are you don't take it out on Johnny. Don't take it out on Johnny. Just go talk to him, my guy. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down on Johnny's X. So bye everybody on Johnny's X. Come and find me on X too. Goodbye. Okay. So we're down to just me and Grow Fam TV. We got Ash in the house. Ash, come up for a minute. Steve-O, you out there? I'm dying up here. I'm dying. I can't talk anymore. I'm actually going to do another dab as I get the numbers set up here for you guys. Now this part here, no one has to be here to win because they're subscribers. That's another reason I do all this, because I feel like it makes it super nice for a lot of people that can go. They could literally be busy doing other things and still get a win, So I'm gonna go to locals first. Start the numbers there. Oh, look at that. Cindy posted a picture in the locals community. So my community on locals is like a Facebook group. It's like a group where people who are paid members can post. They can actually also promote themselves too. If you're a member of my locals and you have a product or something that you're trying to sell, as long as it's above board, you're not trying to be, anything shady in there, but you're welcome to post and to promote yourself inside locals in my community anyway. Okay, where are we at here? The number wheel. Yeah, it's a picture of me and my son. 2 people didn't hit the like button. That was part of the criteria. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. All right. Okay, nobody commented on it. Good. I do have my schedule pinned at the top of locals, if anyone, and I also have it pinned at the top of my 2 subscription groups on Facebook. I don't know if I pinned it on my public or my group for everybody. If you're not in my group on Facebook, you can be, not the subscription one, but the other one. It's called Maccabees Live Market, presented by Waylon the Indoor Farmer. I know it's a long name, but it at least makes sense. All right. I'm going to get some numbers off of this. Okay. Michael Gray was number 1 this week. I think he won last week too. Just gonna hit the like button for a few of you first. That is an exclusive picture of my son and I, so you do not get to see that unless you're subscribed. I'm gonna start doing that. You're gonna see exclusive content coming in hot. Okay. What did Ash say? Ash isn't coming. Ash isn't coming. He can't hear me. You got me on mute, Ash. I'm only kidding. If you can't come up, you can't come up. Okay, we got Michael Gray, number 1. I just don't want to look down for too long on you guys. I'm not trying to look down on you guys. I'll do like this. And then I can do both. No, I'm not doing that. Okay, William is number 2. Number 2, William Faulkner. Only recently dethroned as the game night champion. Perry Wood is number 3. Here comes the dog. I'm busy. Go on. Nobody's number 4. Margaret Jett, number 5. Go on, please. Thank you. Terry Bryler, number 6. The man. The fisherman. Brenda Bryler, the woman behind the man, number 7. She's doing all the heavy lifting. We know it. I wonder, Brenda, if you're out there, tell me if you clean all the fish when Terry brings them home. I'm only kidding. You don't have to out him like that. Brenda, number 7. Okay. Timothy Martin, number 8. Number 8 this week. Cindy Lou who was no more than 2, but she's actually number 9. So she's actually no more than 9. Jess is number 10. Jess Rosebuds. Tommy McKetta, number 11. Oh, in the car, eating a burrito. It's probably an organic burrito, guys. Like it's like organic, like guacamole, like you know what I want? I want some empanadas. Rose Booza, number 12. Got your number, girl. Got your number. Brenda V, number 13. All right. Sandy, number 14. Sandy's got a bottle of Foop Mist on the way. Foop Mist. Can of Grammy, number 15. You can't have to go that bad. You just went before the show. Come on now. Brendra, I'm gonna say next. Let's see, Canagrammy's 15. So Gerald is 16. Please no. Go on. Justin James Calderwood, number 17. 17. Go on, please. I'll take you out later. Thank you. I only have a little bit longer, and we'll get the spin done. She's so demanding. Okay, did anybody come in as I... Make sure nobody's new. Okay. All right. Got the Facebooker. So that was a max of 17? Yeah, 17. So come back over to Facebook. I got to go to the Facebook groups. It's not annoying, I'll say that, but it's still worth it because I just got 4 more here. We got Crystal Southerly is number 18. And then Miss Michelle Lynn is number 19. Gabrielle, number 20. And Kim Marston, number 21. 21. Not yet a winner, but maybe one day. No, she's already won, but I mean, she didn't win just yet for having that number. Next is this one. Okay. Oh, that's all it was. Okay. 4. Okay. That's it. 21. 21. I was just invited to a broadcast channel. What is that? All right. Back to, I gotta pull us back up. Okay. 21 numbers. It's not bad. You can use the same wheel. And this sweet ass jet truck, Hank. Okay, let's see what we got here in the comments. It's an honor to play. Yes, the multi-winner. Yeah, you dethroned him. Needs a belt for this. Yeah, but could you imagine shipping that around? You know what I mean? Like, I thought about that. I really did. But I was like, well, man, could you imagine like paying the money to ship it around? Like, oof. Met a guy today who has sent me from the dispensary. That's interesting. I'm going to be going check out his greenhouse tent setup. Interesting. Lucky 13, Brenda. Okay, I'm just looking at comments for a second here. What's my number? Okay, Rose, did you hear your number? Lost to Ash. I won 2 weeks in a row. Yeah. Yep. I should have said that. Sorry, William. William was a multi-winner. Just make a bag for them and put up profile picture. Make a bag or a badge. It's an interesting thought. I could do something like that. Just like show off the weekly winner and pin it or something like that. I don't know. Make a bag. You mean a swag bag? Swag pack or something? What do you mean? What do you say? What are you saying? Certificate. Oh, it's just like email them a piece of paper that, like okay, diploma type thing. Okay. I don't know, Brenda. Us boys, we gotta have like a nice big belt that's like obnoxiously big that nobody would ever wear for anything other than that. We won't go. We'll just leave it at 21. Said badge my talk to you. Just kept. you kept correcting me. No, make a bag, and then he said, and then no bag. He said right after that. I was like, holy cow. Okay, the man means bag. I hear it. I hear you. Okay, here we go. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. We'll do a couple spins, and then I'm going to do one more spin tomorrow night. We should have the return of our co-host Jason Putnam on People in the Boxes tomorrow night after Certified Terpy Thursdays with Sir Steve-O on GrowFam TV. People in the Boxes is not on GrowFam TV, but we also have Master Rochi's Thursday night show. I'm not sure what it's called exactly, but I believe it's on the NOK network now. Shouts out to Master Rochi and Mama Rochi. Okay, I'm gonna do a dab while this spins. Good luck to you all. We're just over the 2-hour mark. We're going to spin this a couple times and then get going. But sign up, $2 make you holla. You will, if you participate, you definitely will win as a subscriber. And not only will you win my money, but you also win awesome our sponsored prizes on game night, which is even more fun. Good luck. Get in the bag, Waylon. I don't know, get on the bag. Okay. I don't believe it's my place to say, Robert. I apologize. Yeah, I'll get in the bag and I'll be like stuck in the bag. Actually, it'd be a fun night to get on the old Meta Quest, play some VR, you know. Very, very sweet individual. Yes, she is. For sure. And Master Rochi seems pretty chill. He's a good guy as well. Yeah, he's a good guy, but you know, I've seen him at several events now. I haven't seen many of the other lineup of Steve-O, Master Rochi, and now we've seen Ashley from Smashers Garden. Number 10. James, excellent question, my man. Excellent question, my friend. How do we get on the wheel? Well, this wheel is for my subscribers. Me being Waylon the Indoor Farmer. And you can get on the wheel. Now, let me tell you guys about some more perks that you have as a subscriber. Not only do you get that Hash and Dash immunity for any giveaways, including game night that I do on my shows, but you will get a discount on this hat. If anybody wants to buy a hat, you also get a chance to win these hats, not just this style, but all kinds of different colors and styles, but with my logo on them. So I'll be giving those away to my subscribers once a month. And then on top of that, if you buy it, at cost instead of, I'm not sure who number 10 was. I'll have to look back at it again. Subscriber wheel. Yes. Ricky Wynn, what's up? Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to do this. fact, we could turn that down just a hair. I'm getting the thing again with this music, so I'm not getting copyright claims, but I'm getting the thing where it says it's not allowed in some countries or whatever. You're 10. That's what I was thinking, actually, Jess. I was going to go check, but I actually thought it was you. Well, congratulations, Jess. Jess, you get the excuse me, the choice if you want one of these hot knife extension piece. And don't forget, I decided to keep these for a little bit longer, but I have some products here from Drizzle Dab, another one of my sponsors on game night. It's a local shop that does some awesome work. We've got these Buzzy Bears, which are a THCO and Delta 8 and Delta 9, which means I think that's only in Illinois. But then I also have CBD pain lotion with over 13 different essential oils in it, plus CBD, 1,000 milligrams. So those are actually really good. I gotta keep pointing that out. I forget to talk about it. I'm not really trying to I guess I should. I don't know what I'm saying. I should try, right? We should all try. But the pain cream is $40, and plus shipping. Evidently, that would be a good call. We'll take the hot knife attachment. Okay. Hell yeah. See Jess for $2. Jess is I've been a member for, let's see. You've been a member for a few months now, several months. Yeah, we said we looked at that. You've been a supporter since May. No, I'm sorry, April. Yeah, and yeah, you've gotten. Look, she just got a year's worth of subscription tonight in one giveaway. So I think it's worth it. Let's do a dab. I forgot to add a little bit more into it. But yeah, Jess, I'll send that out. I have one more nerd rope to send out. And let's see. Forget what else. But yeah, I'll have to get to 4 and then I'll mail those out. Okay, so Jess, who was number 10. I'm gonna do one more. I should get back to James. Okay. James said it. James was who said that. Okay. For some reason I put that up but didn't see. Yeah, bro, definitely let me know. Anybody out there that has questions. I know I ramble a bunch of stuff and you might not know the details or understand what I said, or maybe I slurred something, or maybe I forgot a detail. Hit me up in the DMs and you're welcome to ask questions and such. Yeah, but to your point, though, not your point, I guess, but a few of you made the point that you will, and I even said it, that you'll win less often. I might have to restrict this wheel here to 1 win per month instead of letting people win that 3 times a month, 4 times a month when there are other people that haven't. So if I can restrict that to once a month, I mean, you're winning 2.5 months worth of subscription or a prize if you pick the, like Jess just picked the hot knife. So if I do that, then, everybody wins, I think. But if we got one person that ends up winning this wheel, like once a week for a whole month, that's crazy. Because they are some people are winning it because they make sure that they get in early. Get in early, get your number, make sure you have it. Number 2. Speaking of numbers, early numbers. Number 2. Was that you, William? Let's see. Michael Gray was number 1. Michael Gray was number 1. It was William. William just won last week. See, like that's exactly what I'm talking about. So for now, we're still doing it. Everybody's cleaning house, but those of you that are out there and subscribed and not getting in on it because maybe you don't really have time or whatever, or maybe you're not worried about the prizes and stuff, appreciate you guys just as much. You know, I'm not nothing against anybody that's not getting in on it, but if you're a member, you definitely can get value if you ever need it, like as far as me helping you out if you have a project, or if you have need help with the logo. As a subscriber, I try to do whatever I can. I can't do everything for everybody, but I can do something for some people. I don't know if that's the exact quote, but it's something like that, right? Well, congrats. Did I take your number off? I think I did. Okay. Just go take that back off. We are a little over time, so we're going to get going. And, well, I guess I'll do one more dab with you all. I have to start using I'm going to start making some bubble hash with my own product. I'm going to be excited. Wait, I am excited. I'm going to be putting in some work, though, to make it. And, like, I'm not going to do it by hand, but it is still going to be, like, an interesting undertaking. Look at this. He's here. Didn't have to be here, but he's here. Good night, Crystal. Not only that, I want to do more bigger giveaways like that reverse osmosis filter. I want to do some air filters and things, but I need to probably hold off on that for a little bit. Anybody that's subscribed on Facebook, please consider going over to Locals and subscribing on Locals. I like that I have subscriptions available on Facebook, and you still get in. You get in all the same things, but I will always prioritize Locals. Cheers. Good night, Jess, and congrats. So, okay, what do you think? What do you think, Brenda? I think it would work, right? Good night, Rose. Good night, everybody that's leaving. I'm going to give me a minute to clean this out anyway. Love the hash. Love the hash. What's the hash? Just like you just love hash? Is that what you're saying? Right, like you still have the same. You okay? If they're restricted to 1 win a month, if you guys are restricted to 1 win a month, as far as from me directly, not from game night. Game night's always going to be every other month, every other weekend. And it'll always be first come, first serve if it's an eligible person. But that one's more about timing. But if you ever come to me and say I can never get on because I'm not early enough, but maybe we could figure something out. But to your point here, Brenda, I like it because every person that's involved gets the same number of chances to win one time throughout the month that they do now, but they just don't get any chances to win multiple times. It's just taking that away is all. Smoke the hash and have to hash and a dash. Yeah. If you send me hash, I'll give you a hash and dash immunity. Good night, Ricky. Ricky, you didn't explain, man. You didn't tell me, man. What's love the hash mean? Come back. Erica, what's up? I see you, girl. I see you interacting. I do appreciate everybody interacting on my profile. I do put out some things throughout the day and try to make it fun and entertaining. But I am supposedly having an issue with my account is like yellow or whatever because of a video that had no issue with it, but it had an error. An error came up within 30 seconds of me going live. I've explained this before. But hot damn, am I not still pissed off about it? The thing, you can't contest it. You can't appeal to anyone about it. And they're just saying like, "Oh, you tried to sell guns and drugs." I'm like, "What are you sick?" Like it was a video of my plants without cannabis, like my other plants, and like I hadn't even said anything yet. They're like, "Guns and drugs." Sorry, man. I love doing the hash. Okay. I love smoking the hash. All right, thank you, Ricky. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for coming back. I was in suspense. I was like, "What? Hold on, my guy. Is that the number wheel or all lives?" It's the number wheel plus the one giveaway that I do on game night. That's from me, where I'm on the wheel. You know, the sponsor wheel. I sponsor it myself too. So that's 4 a week times 4. You know, so there are 16 chances if the person decides to pick the money. They get 16 chances. Every subscriber will get 16 times that they could possibly get the 2.5 months of subscription. So that's any way you cut it. And eventually, I could probably I can add another one and do 5 a week because I can do 5, one for each show or something like that. But anyway, that's neither here nor there now. But let me wipe this off and we'll get going. Remember, guys, go check out Sir Steve-O tomorrow night. Still some in there. Smoking the hash since 67. Since 67, Ricky. Ricky, you know what I want to see, man? I want to see an autopsy done and medical testing and experimentation on the lungs of a person who has gone through their entire life without not using cigarettes, but smoking cannabis. Because I don't know if that's done. Maybe it is somewhere. Somebody tell me, in the chat if there's a possibility of that out there. We got 130 people in the house. Is there a possibility? Oh, you know what? I didn't pull the Kick chat up, but nobody commented on Kick tonight. So every so often, Twisted Cannabis will like send a raid over to my channel. So I got to try to watch that more, which is good. I need the people to pop over. But yeah, it's an interesting thought. So Brenda says I would have given a couple of mine to help everyone win something. Right. And people do that sometimes too, like spread it out. Limiting the wins. Okay, I get it. Yes, something like that. And if I count the game night win for the Indoor Farmer on the wheel, because I typically give it's the same prize as the number wheel. So I would just say that's the same. So if you won that on game night, I guess, I don't know, and then won it during the week, I might have to figure out what I would do then. Or if you won it throughout the week and then you won it on game night, what would I do? Give you just the next prize? And I'm gonna have to have a list there to keep track of that. Oh man. okay. I mean, it's what it is. I'm gonna have to hire like an HR manager. You know, like shit. Anybody that's looking for a internship that's unpaid, I could maybe give you something like that. You know. I heard that you can actually go to the local college and like, you know, ask them for an intern. All right. Make sure you clean your piece. And it is Wednesday, so it's a good time to wash it. Wash it Wednesday. If you will, go interact with my post on my profile. Because I guess I got these bonus things. And that's like an invitation only. So I feel like I'm like a belle at the ball, you know? But yet then they say they got this yellow cloud over my head saying, "You're yellow because of guns and drugs." I'm like, what are you talking about? There's no way to like contest it. Sons of beaches. So it's a messed up thing. But back to my profile, there's an interesting post that says to thank a Waylon. Did anyone see this post recently? I said it's Wednesday. It's Waylon Wednesday. I said welcome to Waylon Wednesday. Thank a Waylon in the comments. Basically the short version. And I started doing what Crystal, I think, did this, where you hit at and then type in Waylon, and it pulls up a whole list of people on Facebook that are public with the name Waylon. And so I started tagging all these people that I don't know, and I said, "Thanks, man. Waylon something. Thanks, man." Yes, it was so good. What do you say? But it would all be virtual. That you would do it. Oh, I see, Brenda. Well, maybe we'll talk about it. There's a lot of things you can do virtually to help people in this kind of thing. You're going famous. Well, look, I'm not trying to be famous, but I am trying to be seen because everybody's got to eat, right? I don't want to be like it's well, maybe honestly, I also used to say, make farmers our next celebrities. Oh, here comes, Big William. He feeds 7,000 families a year, man. Like you have some kind of rating system for like farmers that are all organic, So like to be into the rating system, and then that rating system makes you like a celebrity if you're good, if you get like high up in the rankings. And the only way to get high up in the rankings is to feed more families with more abundance. And the way to get into it is to be like completely organic. And I don't mean that bullshit or certified organic label from the government. I mean actually organic. You know what I mean? Only I pull up on yours? Interesting. Huh. I must have seen them all somewhere else. Margaret Jet eating your cookies again on Fam Friday. Interesting. Raising Chickens 101. So, guys, Fam Friday sounds like it's going to be a good one. So you're going to eat you got to eat the cookie just before you go live. That's going to be, it's going to be, what, half an hour? Oh, maybe that's good. Need a few minutes of clarity. What would you think, Ash? Like a good 15, 20 minutes, maybe even. Next year, my garden will be an acre. See? That's what I mean. Like, think about that as being a celebrity. Oh, wow. It's not because they dress fancy. It's because, oh, my God, look at how many people this guy feeds. This woman, this person, this family, whatever. Oh, boy. What kind of cookies? Which ones? Margaret Jet, guys. Go check out MJ's Baked Goods. It's a Facebook group, but I'm sure it will move beyond one day. Margaret, we need to get you up on the show sometime. Margaret, I'll ask you right here. You can message me privately. We should have you come up sometime, talk about your awesome goodies. About 30 to 40 minutes for you. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking. Like, you might want to eat it like 5-10 minutes before the show starts, or well, you have 2 of them. Oh no, you got 2. You already ate the other one. You show them. We got you. It would be nice to show us the cookie too as you're eating it. I get that. Maybe it would be nice just for you to eat it right when you're starting, and then we all get to see you goofy. I mean, medicated, and funny, Ash, there towards the end. I know Kim had an edible the other day, and she was feeling it. Oh, these are old comments here go. All of her cookies are fire. Yes, but he's going to eat the candied bacon ones. All right. Yes. Right. Okay. See, that's why I get it. How am I going to show them off? They're in my belly. Well, take a picture. Because that's better. That you can show it off better that way anyway. I mean, look at how crisp this picture is. I mean, you're right. You're right. I just wanted another chance to pull it up. I ate them raw on live. Raw. I have much love for Margaret Jet. But what do you... You're using talk to text again, aren't you, William? Love you all so much. Well, we love what you do. And what... Oh, shoot. I don't know when my phone started doing this. I never set it this way. My phone just told me bedtime soon. What? Mom? What now? Did you see that before? Did you see it before now, Ash? I pulled it up earlier. You might not have been in here at that time, but yeah, just a couple friends of mine, They're just they were getting a little bit confused about whose line was next. And at first I thought, well, and then I was like, well, what about Barton, and then I was confused. You could see it in my eyes, mostly. And then, man, we got through it though. We got through it, y'all. We got through it. It was good. It was a good movie. Listen, oh man, okay, let's go. I mean, well, you guys are so talkative right now. It's like I feel the energy. Eating your cookies, good night. Okay, well, I'm gonna be hopping off. I'm gonna force it, you guys. Listen, stop talking to me. Stop the music. Stop the music. Stop the music. Okay, it's off. Thanks. All right. Make sure to tip your waiters on their way out. And if you haven't hit that like button, do that, please, and follow the channel. If you're interested in the subscriptions and all that good stuff, please hit me up. I also have a lot of discounts for my subscribers. I shout out the discounts a lot, but I'll tell you if you're a subscriber. We need Margaret Jet on the show. Yes. I don't know if I saw her respond to that. I don't know if I saw you respond to that, Margaret. Hit me up. Let me know. All right. Where's my outro? Y'all, peace. Have a good night. And remember, nothing matters other than until we get our food under control, right? Because all of us, no matter where you're at, what you're doing, who you like, who you don't like, what color you wear, you all got to eat. Good night.